Hello, this is Elwood EQ, and I'm making a very sort of boring video, I suppose. And well, number one, this is my mage persona that I have. Um, I heroic this guy to 100 this persona. So evidently, you can do that with personas. And setting him down. And so this is Waydark's alter ego magician side, I guess. If you want to play it up like that. And I use the just been using the overseer to just level this side, this persona up. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna really mess with getting any of the spells up until I get them all the way up to like into the 120 range. Because it's really 120 to 125. It's the most current. I ought to sometime during this next year be able to get him up to the max level, and he'll have the full set of typical spells that go like the part one and part two expansions, right? That typically happen. You got the part one as a level increase, and then part two, which gives you your extra progression spell typically, and does not give a level increase, but it opens up more hardcore type stuff that in the game and things like that. I view those expansions as sort of optional. A lot of times I never even step foot into any of their zones unless except to get the spells and stuff I need. So get a little coffee here. So that's kind of what I'm doing. But uh, oddly enough, there isn't any examples in the general chat right now. But this isn't the time of day that you're going to have a lot of it going on necessarily. It's generally during prime time hours. I'm in the middle of the country. I like to try to preserve what privacy I can. And I'm going to violate a little bit of that. And this is the only time you're going to hear me talk about stuff like this because I like to preserve the Everquestness of not just what I put up on YouTube, but also what I express through my voice, in these videos, or when I play the game, I leave the real world out of it. This is an escape for me. This is a game. And I think I've kind of alluded to before, though, a little bit that while I wish everybody well and that I've no ill will toward anybody, even if they act like a jackass in the game or something, it irritates me, even borderline kind of ticks me off depending on what the situation is. But the bottom line is, it's like you're playing a pickup game of basketball out at a park or something somewhere, and somebody fouls you hard. And it's kind of part of the game. You get ticked off. You might even be close to going to fisticuffs a little bit. But at the end of the day, you just kind of walk away and you just okay, that's it. At least that's how I was raised, and that's the world I kind of grew up in, and that's how I kind of am. Maybe you damn Zoomers or even millennials think of stuff like that differently. I'm sure you do. My kids technically are Zoomers themselves, so yeah, I understand them. I think because I've raised them, but they are influenced by all kinds of stuff that's are sort of in my control. But anyway, we're not helicoptering them. But my point is this: is that there's in America, there's been an election here recently, and I did play on election day a bit, and it was crazy And then the day after the election, I played a little bit, and I'm like, holy crap on a cracker. There's there's some insane crap just thrown all over the general chat. And I don't like that in my game. My policy in the game is I don't care if I've even had a really nice experience with you in the game. Maybe we've grouped. Maybe you've even helped me out, or I've helped you out in the game, playing this game. Uh, if I catch you in general chat spouting off some kind of any kind of political stuff, even stuff I agree with, I'm ignoring you. Okay? I don't want the real world in that respect polluting my Everquest experience. I just don't. That's how I work. That's how I roll. If other people feel differently, that's fine. You know, I'll be ignoring the chat in there too, and I won't hear you. When it comes to selling something or anything like that with one of my characters, guess what? I guess any sort of platinum exchanges or item exchanges that could happen between us, that's not going to happen. I can live with that. This is a game, man, and I treat it like a game. It's a game I enjoy. It's a game I like to escape with. But I I don't like the political stuff mixing in there. Okay, and but this one time I'm going to violate this policy a little bit, just to kind of give you some insights. I live in the middle of the country, okay, and I am what you would call a person in their 50s, on the older side of Gen X. I was a latchkey kid and things like that. I know what it is to be a contrarian, to be cynical. That was this big vibe of my whole generation, right? I'm also very independent, and I have a natural tendency to want to go left if everybody's going right. That's why I don't box. This game is built on boxing now for several years, and I was like, screw that, man. I'm not paying extra to box, so I'm not boxing. I don't care what everybody's doing. I don't care if it's not optimal. I'm not doing it. That's how I roll, right? Now, with that said, in America, we have Republicans, we have Democrats, and I don't align myself with either. And there's a lot of tension and there's a lot of craziness going on as far as what people think. And I'm not even going to tell you where I stand exactly. I thought briefly that I might, but all I would really like to say and try to encourage is that, whether you're happy now or you're sad now, okay, it's important for all of us to try to respect others, even in this game and even online. That, you know what? If you're playing a game that's in this fantasy world with elementals and mages and necromancers and warriors and clerics and stuff that do not exist in the real world, and you're just playing it to have an escape, maybe relive some D&D things that you did when you were a kid, maybe just kind of have some funny names on some characters to roll around as kind of a joke, or whatever you want to do, whatever the game means to you, that's fine, but it's a game and this is an escape. I think we should all try to treat it like that, whether you're happy or sad about what's going on in America. I can't speak for anybody that's playing this game that doesn't live in America. I don't pretend to. And so, that's your business, My business is to just try to escape from what's going on Usually I just think about it as escaping from just what's going on in my own life or my own household, really. But this is something that I just felt like I wanted to throw out there, right? I would like to encourage everybody that plays EverQuest, try to treat it like just an escape. And if you feel like you need it, say if you're sad. Um, if you're happy, I would really try to encourage you and try to remind you that it's important to try to respect other people, even if you feel like you haven't been respected yourself. Um, Still try to, I think the right thing to do would be to still try to respect them, um, the them, as you might refer to them as, or whatever, and just try to be the bigger person and let them be. There's no need to to spike the ball and then moon the crowd or whatever. If you're winning like 50-7 on a football field or something, you won. You are absolutely decimating the opponent. Great. Be happy with that. That's cool. There's no need to frickin' rub it in their face. Okay? Just let them have this area here. This is all fake. It's all pixels, and it all, at the end of the day, means jack squat. Okay? When someday they're going to shut all these servers down. I'm not sure when, and I'm sure everybody is going to be impacted that plays this game, especially now, in a very kind of a sad way, actually, probably very similar to what some people might feel about the America's election right now, actually. And that says something right there, I guess. But it's, and then people will be looking for replacements. But point is that this is temporary. As permanent as it might feel sometimes to this day, because it's been alive for so long in some form or another, it is still temporary. Take a breath, try to enjoy this game for what it is, and use it as an escape. Try not to live in this game if you feel like you need to escape and just stay here to avoid the real world. That is incredibly unhealthy. Set some limits on yourself, man. Just get by any way you can, but I personally don't think it's a bad thing to just kind of use it as kind of an escape for a couple hours a day, to get away from the social media, to get away from TV, to even get away from your own family if you have some differences going on there, which I'm sure in many households probably are. I wish nothing but the best for you. Things are going to be okay, hopefully. Can't guarantee it. There's no guarantee. Okay? But I got a feeling that, just all you can do is just the best you can do. Okay? And so that's kind of what I just wanted to kind of put out there, as far as the American election that has just passed, it's an absolute blanket rule, or it was a big statement, I guess. I'm not really saying that right, but it's overwhelming. The people have spoken. There wasn't any kind of evidence outside of a few bomb threats. There wasn't any evidence of any kind of meaningful tampering or anything like that so far, anyway. This is just a couple days past it. So there you go. It just is what it is. People differ. This is what a democracy is all about. I've heard somebody once say, as far as America goes and the democracy and elections, you don't always get the president that you want or that you vote for. But as far as America is concerned, as a totality, as an entire society, you always get the president you deserve. Okay? So in short, yeah, you don't always get the president you want, but you always get the president you deserve. And like it or not, happy or sad, we deserve the results that presented itself with this last election. And we're going to live, and life will go on. Hopefully, not too many tragic things will happen, if any at all. Hopefully, a lot of good things will happen. We'll see. Some dude's really interested in what's going on. They might remember my name. I don't know. Anyway, so there we go. Y'all have a good one. And this is LWDQ. Peace out.